করে দিচ্ছি।
Okay, so here we go. 5 at 5. Shomik Chakraborty has had 3 cups of tea. Bharat Ramraj he has gone ahead and said that, he walked outside of his home and said the rain has to stop for him to think clearly. I tried having 2 cups of Darjeeling tea. None of us have been able to figure out why Shreyas Iyer has not been included. That is the talk. The fact of the matter is, Shomik, I've got absolutely no problems with the selection of the 15, and I'm putting that on record. I welcome every selection of the 15. It is a fine team. It is a fine team. The women's team is as good, and I'm totally happy with the women's team also. Shefali Verma does not deserve a place. I'm totally fine with the men's and the women's team. But the moment I look at the standbys and I see a third wicket keeper in Dhruv Jurel in that side, and I don't see the name of Shreyas Iyer, I see things becoming sour. I see things looking a tad unfair. Not a tad, seriously unfair. I think things could have been better. Shomik, you were there on spot. You have met with a lot of people in the last 1 hour. What are your first thoughts?
See, you nailed it by saying it is unfair. When you see a third wicketkeeper among the standbys and Shreyas Iyer is not there. I mean, Shreyas Iyer is not among the top 20 players, T20 players in the country. That beggars belief. I will not go into any conspiracy theory, because what I have been talking to people, I have been talking to sources in the know, and what I am told, which is once again unfair, that the selectors want Shreyas Iyer to play Dalip Trophy, and he is set to return to the test fold, very likely in place of Karun Nair. But that is for October. I mean, as for the Asia Cup, Shreyas Iyer, you are absolutely right saying at least he would have been among the standbys, not among the standbys. Beggars believe that is the thing. Ajit Agarkar at the press conference said that Sanju Samson playing because Shreyas, Shubman Gill, and Yashasvi Jaiswal playing the T20Is. So now Shubman Gill is back. You cannot fit 4 of top order: Shubman Gill, um, Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson, and Yashasvi Jaiswal. Jaiswal has moved to the list of standbys. Shubman Gill very likely will open with Abhishek Sharma, because Abhishek Sharma is undroppable. But once again, Shreyas Iyer, yes, he might be returning to the test fold soon, but he has every reason to feel hard done by over his Asia Cup exclusion. I mean, not having him among the list, even in those 5 standbys, is sort of disrespectful to his talent and to his form.
We need your light somewhat better. We can't see you. It's very dark. I know there is an internet issue, etc. See if you can get that light a little better, Bharat. Yeah, thanks. Shubha and Rohit, Shomik met a top BCCI functionary in the lift as he was coming down. He said the name to me offline, and even that functionary was shocked at Shreyas Iyer's non-inclusion in the team. Where do you both stand on Shreyas Iyer? By the way, I said at the start of the show, I am totally fine with the 15. I've said that 20 times, but the moment I see a Dhruv Jurel as a third wicketkeeper in 20 people in that list, and I don't see a Shreyas Iyer in the standbys, I feel it's unfair. I feel it's hard done. I feel Shreyas Iyer not in the top 20 of the country is not the best result. Shubha and Rohit, whoever wants to start. Shubha, why don't you start?
See, Bodhara, firstly, I think the standby list is very irrelevant because it's just a 3, 4, 5 matches, 7 matches tournament. And I don't think any of the standby players would be required. Firstly, because even if we are talking about middle order, they have picked both Rinku Singh and Shivam Dubey in that. So in case even Tilak Verma gets injured, you have a Rinku Singh, you have a Shivam Dubey who can slot in seamlessly and play that role without any fuss. So I don't think, see, it's very unfair on Shreyas Iyer. We all have been talking about this for the last 1 week, whether he should be included or not, and we everyone here is on the same page that Shreyas deserves the chance. Shomikda was talking about his test inclusion, but I highly doubt that now as well, because Sarfaraz Khan will be there as well for the number 6 slot, and he has just smashed a century in Buchi Babu tournament, and he has been scoring consistent runs for India. He also scored a century on 99 against England Lions. So he has been scoring runs. He has been silently doing his job, what he needs to do, and he has shed weight as well. So Sarfaraz will be in contention. So it's not like a straight walk-in or straight cakewalk for Shreyas Iyer, that he will be seamlessly, he will be coming into the Test 11 without breaking any sweat. It's not that simple. But yes, it's unfair on Shreyas Iyer. It's unfair on Yashasvi Jaiswal. It's unfair on Washington Sundar as well. There are many players who will feel hard done by. But as Agarkar said, and even Agarkar did not have any answers for that. He said, "Who will you drop to accommodate Shreyas Iyer in that lineup?" So that's kind of a vague answer from the selector or the captain when asked about Shreyas Iyer, because they really don't have logic. If you put in logic on the table, you will have Shreyas Iyer in that 15-member squad. But since
That's the
you feel,
that is the point. What
yeah,
that is the point. I mean, when a chairman of selectors said, and when he said that you can only pick 15, and I was fine. I was like, yes, he's right. Because and when you said Jaiswal might feel hard, then look, when you compare, you have a Shubman Gill, you have a Abhishek Sharma, you have a Sanju Samson, you understand why Jaiswal is standby. When you say Washington Sundar, when you look at that lineup, okay, you have an Aksar Patel, you have a Hardik Pandya, you have a Shivam Dubey. I understand why Washington Sundar. In fact, I told you and Rohit in the morning that no Washington, no Riyan Para. But when I look at Shreyas Iyer, Rohit Juglan, and Rohit, you made this point, I think day before yesterday on the show, that if he's not in the 17, then there is something that he will feel, or anyone who analyzes cricket will feel very sad about, very disappointed about, very frustrated about. If you were Shreyas Iyer today, and you tend to feel that, oh, you know what, I'm not even in the standbys in the top 20 of the country, you have every reason to feel heartbroken. Rohit Juglan.
Exactly, Burela. And at this point of time, I think that, like everyone said, there's no logic to that. You can't cater it with the logic that, oh, we only have 15. You choose a 20, and in 20, if Shreyas Iyer is not part of that 20 also, if you're saying that Dhruv Jurel is better, we can go even with the Riyan Parags, who only had one good IPL season. Apart from that, yes, you have to go to the domestic cricket to see that how well Riyan has also played. But I'm not taking any names from the 15 also. There are a couple of names in the 15 also where you can easily put in a Shreyas Iyer there, and
I personally would have removed Shivam Dubey and put in Shreyas Iyer. Shivam Dubey's T20 World Cup was outright mediocre, very ordinary. He just played a good,
I think
decent knock in the final, just with that partnership with Virat.
And I think there is no need of a backup wicket keeper. If you are very sure about that Jitesh will play the games, then I don't think there is a place you have to carry a backup wicket keeper also in terms of Sanju Samson also, because in his answer, Mr. Chairman Selector already said that we have given break to Gill and Jaiswal, and that's why Sanju was playing. So he's very clear in his answer that it will be Gill and Abhishek Sharma to open the innings, and then maybe a Tilak Verma at 3, because again Tilak did really well in last couple of series, and the captain giving him his position, it means that how much the captain believes in him. He said to Surya Kumar Yadav in South Africa, and Surya said this in a press conference, that Tilak came to me and asked my position, and I said go bat at number 3, and then Tilak scored centuries there. So I think they are very sure on what to do and what not to do. But when it comes to, and this is not the first time, last time also when we asked, when the test selections were happening, when we were asking about a Shreyas Iyer or a Sarfaraz Khan, Ajit Agarkar only comes with up with this answer that we have only 15, we have only 17. I can also say that we have only 15. Give me a reason that why Shreyas Iyer is not there. I am asking you a very straight question that why Shreyas Iyer is not here, and you are saying me that I can pick 20. They can even pick a 17. Asia Cup, there is no limitation that this is not an ICC tournament that you have to only play a pick of 15. And after that also, if you play 5, they are saying that we don't think that he's good enough in the 20s also. So I think as I said in the day before
that
yesterday's
is
show,
my bigger
this is
problem.
not this is just the last point, Buryada. This is
Yeah,
not the cricketing reason. This is not the cricketing reason. If there is anything more to it, we have to find that out. And many of our audience know that story also. There's a good strong story there also. But at this point of time, I don't think there is a cricketing reason that you have opted out with Shreyas Iyer.
Shomik, I don't know if this is true. Huh? I have to say I don't know. Apparently, Abhishek Nair has said on Star Sports that some players are more liked and some players less liked, something like that. When did likability become an index to get into the Indian team? If
Don't
it has,
get into comments, please. Fans can
No,
write
every
anything.
time,
We are
every time
saying
there is
to
favoritism in
get
Indian
the
cricket
next move on.
under
I don't
everyone's
know.
captaincy.
By the way, people have written this multiple times, and this is going around. I don't know if likability has become a factor in making the Indian team. Then that should be kicked out of the window. It's as simple as that. Only thing that should be a factor in making the Indian team is performance, Shomik, and that is where it's irritating me, because again, on this platform we don't care for anything except performance. And that's why I said that even Shivam Dubey, when I think, okay, this guy had a performance for the T20 World Cup final, I've got no problem with the 15. The moment I see the standbys and I see a Rian Parag, and I see, oh, Shreyash is not there, Rian is there. I see a Dhruv Jurel, and I see, hello, it's a 15-day tournament, and you have a Sanju Samson, you have a Jitesh Sharma, and you have a third wicket keeper in a Dhruv Jurel. And I'm like, I can't get my head around it, Shomik. And that is where it becomes a tad frustrating that you are leaving someone out. And as Rohit said, I did not get an answer. If you are leaving someone out, you tell me, okay, his problem is X. Don't tell me we can't accommodate him in the 15. You haven't, then why did you not accommodate him in the 20? You told me offline that Shreyash is being considered for Test cricket. Why don't you tell us that, okay, we are considering him for red ball, we are considering him for 50 overs? That's why we are not taking him. There is no answer on the table. We are the ones who criticize conspiracy theory. We are the ones who say toxic fan behavior is wrong. But we allow toxic fan behavior to grow. We allow conspiracy theories to grow by taking calls like this, Shomik Chakraborty.
Yes, I will not go into the behind the scenes stuff because I mean I don't know basically. I don't know. But what I'm told, one point I missed. What I'm told by someone on condition of anonymity that Shreyas Iyer was never in the T20I scheme of things. So forget about this the list of standbys. I mean I'm coming to the 15 that has been picked. Shivam Dubey. Shivam Dubey has been picked ostensibly for the reason that he can hit the spinners. He can hit the spinners out of the park, right? Shivam Dubey's bowling is lollipop. So his bowling is, I never read his bowling. His bowling is lollipop, but he can hit the spinners out of the park. So if that is the criterion, then there is no one better than Shreyas Iyer as far as playing spin is concerned. The pitches in Dubai September in that extreme heat will be slow. The ball will not come onto the bat. uh, I don't know whether the pitches will offer turn, but whatever it is, spinners are expected to hold sway. And from that point of view, Shreyas Iyer, not being in the T20I scheme of things, you'd struggle to join the dots. I mean, it defies logic. I'm not going into any conspiracy theory. Because I don't have the properties of a fly who can climb the wall. But the thing is that I mean, purely from cricketing point of view, I'm struggling to join the dots. Yes, Shubhan mentioned Sarfraz Khan. Yes, Sarfraz Khan might be a contender for that Karun Nair's place. But what I what I know that I don't see. I mean, going ahead, it is very unlikely. That's and no disrespect to Shubhan is entitled to his opinion and he has his sources. What my sources tell me that it is very unlikely that Sarfraz Khan has an interest in joining the T20I. Shreyas Iyer, what I am told, he is the likely candidate to replace Karun Nair in the Test team. And you are absolutely right that if that is the case, then make it transparent. Then say it clearly that we are considering him for red ball cricket.
Bharat joins us as well. If that is the case, and for red ball cricket, then Shubman Gill is also a red ball cricketer. He is part of your team. Yashashvi Jaiswal is part of standbys. He is part of your red ball team. It is not as if you have not taken red ball cricketers who are not part of your red ball squad into this Asia Cup team. So why this special treatment for Shreyas Iyer? I mean, and that is what is baffling for all of us. That is what is baffling for all of us. And okay, somebody is saying some players missed out respected. What do you mean some players missed out respected? Of course, the team is done. Who are we but to respect it? But if there is a call that we think should be questioned, you think we will not question that? Buryada, I'm happy with the squad. We are not selectors. They make the call. Respect it. Some players missed out. We can't traveling tour company. We will win easily with this squad. Of course, we will win. Even if you had picked, any one of us would have picked Asia Cup is not even a middle-level tournament that India will not win. But if there is one selection which has raised eyebrows, it is our job to raise the question. Who are Shubhamoy Shaha, and that's what we are doing. Shubhan, you said Shivam Dube. When you say Shivam Dube, and you take the performance of Shivam Dube, explain to me what could have been the reason that they rewarded Shivam Dube with a spot.
One reason, just this, one simple reason could be continuity, nothing more than that. Because if you look at IPL also, which I think Agarkar said that we have looked into IPL stats as well, IPL performances as well, while explaining, I think, Shubman Gill's inclusion. But if you look at IPL for Shivam Dube also, it was outright mediocre. This season, he was not CSK's spin basher as he was used a couple of seasons back. He was poor against spinners. He was getting out to spinners all through the tournament. Even in the 24 T20 World Cup, he only had one good knock to show, that is in the final, and that too was not an explosive Shivam Dube kind of a knock. That was a very stable knock, a partnership. They were stitching the partnership, Virat and Shivam Dube, and it was Virat Kohli who took off in the last 2-3 overs, not Shivam Dube. So in regards to that, I think his performances in the last few matches for the Indian team has not been that good. His performance for CSK in the last season was mediocre. And to be honest, Boryada, if we talk about Shreyas Iyer's limitations against shorter deliveries, against high pace 145, 146, directed into your body, any batsman in the world will struggle unless you are a Rohit Sharma or someone else who pulls the ball impeccably. Most of the 90% of the batters will struggle if 150 kph is targeted into your chest or your helmet. 90% of the batters will struggle. So Shivam Dube has his limitation. His footwork is limited. His game against pace is limited. His offside game is limited. So he's your, as Sanjay Manjrekar once said about Jadeja, Shivam Dube is your typical bits and pieces cricketer who can bat at just a precise place where spinners are operating. He can bowl, as Shomikda said, lollipop deliveries. He's a tad better than lollipop deliveries. 125, 128 is a decent pace, I think. But still, he's not your. You can't rely on him to deliver 2-3 overs every game. That's my point. So they are just taking a bits and pieces cricketer. And Shivam Dube won't bowl every game. It is only when required. It is only when your two bowlers are having an extremely off day, which is very, very unlikely against a UAE or an Oman or even in Pakistan in this scenario. So unless your 2-3 bowlers have a very poor day, then only you will see Shivam Dube bowl. So you are taking a very limited player in place of someone who has the ability to change the game. He did that in 2023 ODI World Cup. Yes, that's an ODI format, but he was batting like it was a T20 game. He was striking at 130, 135. Won us the New Zealand game where Virat scored his 50th century. Won us that New Zealand game. We talk about Virat's 50th century, but it was Shreyas Iyer who changed that game and took you to the final. So I think selectors, the team management are being a bit ungrateful to Shreyas's contribution. He deserves it, but again, I will say it's all about high competition. If I was Shreyas Iyer, I would not have liked my name to be there in the standby list. It's either in the main squad or not at all. I would not have liked my name in the standby list given the caliber of a player I am.
Give him a call. I give him a call, take him into confidence, respect the player and say, look, we are not including you in the standby because you don't deserve to. Give him a call, take him into confidence. This is ultimately, he is your own player. It is about giving people respect. Today, I don't
Right.
want to take I don't have to, we are perhaps doing a story, and I don't want Shomik to be on the story. I want Rohit to be on the story. It's my bloody job as editor to call Shomik and say, this is not a reflection on you. I think that this is what I'm doing. Give him the respect. Call Shreyas Iyer and give him the respect. Don't give a banal answer in a press conference and say he doesn't fit my 15. What do you mean, boss? He doesn't fit your 15, he doesn't fit your 20. You are giving rise to 2,500 conspiracy theories. Come on, here. I mean, Bharat Ramraj, you've gone outside. You deserve to give me a Shreyas Iyer comment. And it's not raining also. You've earned your right to comment on Shreyas Iyer. Now tell me.
Yeah, I'll just add a bit about the short ball problem. See, Shreyas Iyer had a short ball problem definitely because he used to stay leg side of the ball. That is why a lot of fast bowlers used to follow him. That is where he had a problem. But if you notice in the last couple of seasons, he's actually scoring runs of the short delivery. If you look at his stats, he scored a lot of boundaries for the short delivery. Even in the 2025 IPL, Prasidh Krishna was noted as one of your best hit the deck fast bowlers, at least in India. He bowled it short, and Shreyas Iyer went backhand across and hooked it for a six. So what more can he do? Actually, he's changed his technique from staying leg side of the ball to going backhand across, and that is why he's able to land a lot more full strokes. So he may never become Viv Richards or Richie Richardson against a short ball or Ricky Ponting against a short ball, but it's definitely improved. I think it is wrong to say that in 2025, Shreyas Iyer is a bad player of short ball or pace bowling. And he definitely should have been at least in the standbys. As I understand that for a player of Shreyas Iyer's caliber, just putting him in a standby, maybe it's a little bit of insult for him. But if that is the case, they should have taken him into conference and said that we can't have you in the 15-member squad because that's no place. So that is why you are not in the standby. So yes, I feel bad for him the way he played in the 2025 IPL in that particular game against Mumbai Indians, the way he was able to wade Punjab Kings to the tricky situation and then steer them past the finishing line. That tells you he has the wisdom of experience to not just bat at 3 or 4, he can even bat at 5 if needed. Because 5 is not a specialist position in T20 cricket. I would say the opening slots or the number 6, 7, 8, the power hitting slots are the real specialist positions in T20 cricket. I just also want to add a point on Shivam Dube. I think he's a limited hitter. People have already talked about him, but even when it comes to power hitting, he's very much a limited hitter. If you look at his areas, he hits it through the mid wicket region or straight down the ground. That is why I think he has had a problem with his power hitting. And he's a big, strong guy. I don't understand why he bowls at 125 kilometers per hour. He's well built, is 6 feet 4 inches. And for a guy like him, he should be hitting the deck hard at least. If he's not able to bowl with good pace, he should at least be getting some good bounce with his build. I am not sure why he's not able to do that.
I buy the points made. Yes, Shomik, I'll come to you in a second. I buy the point made by Shubha and also Bharat. Both of them made some important points about Shreyas and Shivam Dube. Rohit made an important point. This is a serious debate going on, and we are calling spade a spade. We are calling out the questions. That's our job. We are not selectors here to go and pick Shreyas Iyer. It is our job to call out and put out the questions in front of you. Yes, Shomik.
I can give you a backstory. Before the Champions Trophy team selection also, which was a 50 over format.
Mike Tatulano?
Am I audible? I can give you a backstory. I can give you a backstory before the Champions Trophy team selection also, which was a 50 over format. Shreyas Iyer's position was uncertain. And it was Rohit Sharma who put his foot down. And I can confirm this. Rohit Sharma put his foot down and said, I want this man in my squad. Now, Shreyas Iyer, the way he played, and after India won the trophy, at the press conference, Rohit said, if I want to single out one player, that is Shreyas Iyer, the way he has played. Now, the fact of the matter is that, a strong captain, I'm not saying that Surya Kumar Yadav is a weak captain, but he doesn't have the aura of a Rohit or a Kohli. Maybe going ahead, Shubman Gill will have that aura when he will become captain in all 3 formats and going ahead, but he's still a spring chicken as far as captaincy is concerned. So when you have a captain of that aura of a Rohit or a Kohli or an MS Dhoni, then certain selections like Jubraj Singh's selections 2011 World Cup, the selectors dropped him. MS Dhoni picked him, and what happened? He was the man of the tournament. So that kind of a strong captain with an order. If hypothetically Rohit was the captain of this side, for example, um, purely hypothetical, maybe Shreyas wouldn't have been left out.
Rohit Juglan, comment on this?
Yeah, I think it's a very fair point because when you have a captain like that, but I don't I'm not at this point of time getting this, that why in each and every kind of format, like you remember that Nagpur game also, where again Shreyas himself told in a TV interview after the game that I wasn't the part of the actual squad. If it's not the Virat Kohli's injury, I won't be there in the playing 11 today. So whether you think that Shreyas Iyer is a very good player of ODI, ODI cricket, whether you think he's a very good Test cricketer, or whether you think that he's a very good T20 cricketer, this team and this specific management doesn't think like that. That's a very clear-cut message. There's no two ways to see that. They doesn't rate him very high as far as the ODI cricket is concerned. And now, as Shamikda rightly said about that Champions Trophy story where Rohit pushed it, and I remember this quote from his press conference where he specifically said there were multiple performances. There was, Varun Chakravarti in the semi-finals and finals. There was Shubman Gill did really well. Virat Kohli with an important 100 versus Pakistan. But he specifically took the name, and that's because of one reason where, in the New Zealand game, if you remember, early wickets in the New Zealand game, and then Shreyas Iyer built it brick by brick on at that particular innings. So he specifically took his name out in the press conference, in the final press conference. And that's where you come to know this, that there's only one or two people around him, around Shreyas Iyer, who really want, him to be in the side, beat any other format. So yes, like at the very start, Shamikda said that they are trying to, give him a chance in Test cricket. I really want to see that whether they want to give him a chance in Test cricket, how will they accommodate him? How will they give him that confidence that, where you are doing really well in ODI cricket in last 2 to 3 years, he has done extensively well in the ODI cricket. Then in T20 cricket last couple of years, winning the trophy with the KKR team, then, parting ways. And then after that, did really well with Punjab Kings. So now we think that he's, again, a great T20 batter, a great ODI batter. But this team doesn't think like that. That's a very, open and shut case kind of thing where at least if myself is concerned, I know that this team doesn't believe in Shreyas Iyer's potential.
Shubhan, we keep talking about an athlete's mental health. Imagine you were Shreyas Iyer today.
That's a tricky one, but I think in Indian cricket these guys are so. Plus, Shreyas comes from Bombay cricketing circuit, so getting dropped, getting not picked, traveling long hours in fact.
Let me add to that. You think it's the end of the road? Can he make it back for the World Cup?
No,
Or is it the end of the
of course, he can make it back. Make it back. There's still some time to go for the World Cup. As I said, 22 T20Is. You remove 7 from the Asia Cup, you still have 15 T20Is left. So there's a lot of matches left for the T20 World Cup. You never know if someone picks up an unfortunate injury, if someone goes through a really poor run of form, scoring ducks after ducks, single digit scores. You never know how things changes. And when I was giving the example of Sarfaraz Khan while we were discussing Ruturaj Gaikwad in our Hindi show, I said that Sarfaraz, what he does the best is he keeps on silently piling on runs. Buchi Babu century, India A century, India Bangalore Test a good 150. So he keeps on piling runs and stays silent in terms of his media interaction, media interview. He's an outspoken guy. When he interacts with you personally, he's a very outspoken guy. But in terms of interviews, he's a very shy kind of an introvert kind of a guy. So Sarfaraz, what he does the best is keeps on piling runs. No Zada Shor Sharaba. But for Shreyas Iyer, what he needs to do is go back again, do the same stuff which got him back in the central contract. It is not the end of the road. He's not that old as well. I think he's 26, 27, if I'm not wrong, maximum 28. So he has a lot of cricket left in him. He's 30.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
he's 30. So still he has a good 5 years left in him. He has still good 5 years left in him. So it is not the end of road, no chance. And across format, I'm talking about Test, ODIs. ODIs is one of your certain sure shot number four. But in terms of across formats, I think there's a lot of cricket left in him. And what he needs to do is Dulip Trophy next for West Zone. Score big runs. Score big runs, pile big runs, score a double century. Show them what you are missing out on.
He's
And
already a
I
Syed
think
Mushtaq Ali Trophy winner.
and I think
He's a Syed Mushtaq winner. He's a Syed Mushtaq Ali winner as a captain.
One second, one by one. Yeah,
The
Shobit. Then
IPL.
I'll go to Rohit and then to Subhash. Go.
I see Shreyas Iyer in the T20 World Cup squad because there would be failures. There would be failures. Leave aside Asia Cup, which is, as you said, as a medium tournament. I mean, the only serious opponents India will face at the Asia Cup are Afghan. That's the only serious
Mic টা
opponent.
তুলে নাও, mic টা তুলে নাও.
Sorry.
You remember
The
how
only
Ambati Rayudu was dropped from the 2019 World Cup squad, Shamikda?
exactly. So the thing is that I mean, such things happen in Indian cricket. But I see Shreyas Iyer in the World Cup squad because the players picked ahead of him are not better than him. Simple reasons. India would play 13, 14 after the Asia Cup, which is I mean sort of not an elite tournament, and only serious opponents India will face there in that format are Afghanistan. So if India would have taken another team, India A or India B in that team, India A and India B would have played the final. So leave that aside. But serious assignments will come, and there will be failures because once again, players picked ahead of Shreyas are not better than him. So eventually, I see Shreyas Iyer in the World Cup squad. So and he will deserve that. And as Shubhan very rightly said, at this moment in time, see Shreyas as we know him, he's a very tough cookie. He's a very tough cookie. I mean, he was left out of the BCCI central contract, and that didn't even break him. What he did, his response was he captained KKR to the IPL title. I mean, he played by dint of his performance. He was left out of the BCCI contract. By dint of his performances, he came back to the ODI fold. Now his job will be to score so many runs in the Dalip Trophy that selectors can no longer ignore him for the Test series. That is step by step, and obviously he's just 30 years old. He has good 4 5 years of cricket left in him.
You know, at one point in time before my ban, I was very close to Shreyas Iyer. Remember, he had that operation. He and I would talk every day. In fact, we even discussed his operation date. Every single day we would talk, we would exchange messages, and what you guys are talking about, his mental strength, is bloody unbelievable. He
It's
had that.
insane.
He's insane. The kind of mental strength that the guy has. Obviously, after the ban, I was not supposed to speak to cricketers, and I did not. But during that period, when he and I were close, I can tell you he is genuinely mentally tough. And he will take this as a challenge, and that's how a sports person should do. He would go and say, okay, you don't want me in, I will break that door. I'll break that door and come in, and I'll score so many runs, as both Shubha and Rohit, Bharat, Shomik are saying, as all of them are saying, that I will force you to pick me. Take me to Australia for the one-day team, I will go and score hundreds in Australia. Take me in ODI squad, I will score hundreds. Then I will see how you drop me. That's what sports should be about. There are many super chats. Let's just take one by one, and all of you can take one each. Shaplin, can you play the super chats? I think there are some 15 super chats, one by one. Quickly, please. আরে স্বপ্নিল চা খেতে পারলে যাস না তাড়াতাড়ি চালা this guy is again YBJ more strike rate but Gill more star rate star PR culture. People were saying how Gill be brand without T20 citing Rohit, let me answer this, because if you answer it, people will say, you know, PR and Shear and all that nonsense.
I can also answer this, but you go ahead.
चलो आप भी करो चलो. Okay.
So the strike rate thing is, मुझे इस पे ये बोलना है कि पिछले 1 सवा साल में शुभमन गिल ने कोई क्रिकेट नहीं खेली है. सो जो स्ट्राइक रेट आप बात कर रहे हो, वो स्ट्राइक रेट कम से कम आप बता रहे हो 1.5 साल पहले की T20 क्रिकेट जो शुभमन गिल ने खेली है. आज की तारीख में जो मेरे पास रीसेंट एग्जांपल है, मैं उसी को उठाऊंगा, और मेरे पास वो है आईपीएल की फॉर्म में, वेर ही स्कोर्ड ओवर 155 प्लस. तो ये जो आप 1.25 साल पहले का स्ट्राइक रेट लाकर आज की डेट में कंपैरिजन कर रहे हो, दैट्स yes, I know when he started it was 129 130, then वो थोड़ा सा और बढ़ा, but that's when he start, और वो जब शुरू कर रहे थे तब ये उनका स्ट्राइक रेट था, and at that point of time yes it was low, but मैं 2 साल पहले का स्ट्राइक रेट देखकर आज की तुलना क्यों करूं? मैं आज का स्ट्राइक रेट देखकर आज की बात करूंगा. एंड यस, यशस्वी एंड शुभमन गिल, यशस्वी स्कोर्स विद अ गुड पेस, बट आज की तारीख में जब आप शुभमन गिल का स्ट्राइक रेट देखते हो तो 155 प्लस इज नेवर बैड. With 750
165 यशस्वी का है. So not
Honestly,
that.
there is a
Not
very
that
marginal difference. Shubman Gill is a gun cricketer, deserves his place.
But
We've
the
said that.
bulk of runs जो शुभमन के पास है वो बहुत ज्यादा है. यशस्वी से बहुत ज्यादा है.
I have absolutely no problems in this selection. So don't brand, all this is bullshit. No one comes because of brand. Comes because of quality cricket. In England, when he was scoring the 269 runs, no one was coming and telling him brand. He got 750 runs. Shut up, yeah. And when he was captaining that Gujarat Titans and scoring that 700 runs in the IPL year on year, no one scores those runs unless he is quality. So point taken. Next one, Shopnil. GG Ajit desperate 2-3 bad games drop Iyer in ODIs. Again, conspiracy theory. Somebody saying Vibhu Bhola has tweeted whoever doesn't look nice. Who is Vibhu Bhola? He's a nice little kid. Why Vibhu Bhola saying I don't look good or Shubhan looks good or how the hell does it matter? If Indian cricket depends on somebody liking someone else's face, God save Indian cricket here. Come on. Anyone wants to address this, Bharat? GG Ajit desperate 2-3 bad games drop Iyer in ODIs? I don't buy all this rubbish. It's about scoring, yes. But this kind of conspiracy theory is all nonsense. Bharat, you want to address this?
Oh, what to say? If you just go to Twitter now, or you just open social media platforms, you will get hundreds such conspiracy theories. Sometimes you don't know whether to believe something because and there are 100 conspiracy theories. You start to wonder what exactly is going wrong or what exactly is going
Follow
right.
them and have a good laugh.
So,
Just follow the conspiracy theories and have a good laugh.
Actually, have some Darjeeling tea. Next one. Next one, please. Shapnil. I think management does not want Iyer to captain. They prefer Gill and Iyer will perform. Then noise will start for Iyer captaincy. They don't want that. Shubhan, you want to address that? Iyer is a
No, I
threat.
don't think so. I don't think so because clearly this team management has zeroed in on Shubman Gill as your next leader of the pack, as your next all format captain. Yes, it can happen that when T20 is not your priority format or ODI is not your priority format, then Shubman might rest for a bilateral series which is of no relevance, and someone else will captain in his absence. Which was the case when Rohit was not playing T20Is and Hardik was captaining the team. So we have seen that in the past as well, and I think that will continue. With Iyer, I think it's a different case altogether. Something which we might not want to say on air, but this is not related to captaincy at all.
Shapnil, more. India-Pak game been dodged in PC. Obviously, 100%. This is about
This will be asked during the Asia Cup press conferences. Of course, not before the.
Why should Ajit Agarkar or anybody have to answer this? Tell me. The schedule is out. You are picking a team for the Asia Cup. You mean to say you will go to the Asia Cup and not play Pakistan? It's an internationally governed tournament. This is not WCL happening. This is an international charter here. It's part of your geopolitics. The government has cleared it. You are going with an Indian national team to Dubai. You think the External Affairs Ministry and the PMO and people are not involved? Come on here. Okay, more. Why stubborn being one-dimensional player have selectors bias towards multi-utility players in T20s and players like Iyer and Jaiswal had to pay? Okay, so multi-dimension. Shomik, you want to address it or Rohit, one of them? Shomik, can you address it? Multi-dimension players.
Yeah, multi-dimensional players, fine, absolutely. Gautam Gambhir likes
You might be below.
sorry. Gautam Gambhir likes multi-skilled cricketers. That is fine, but then again, you can't have bits and pieces. If you want me to compare between Shivam Dube and Shreyas Iyer, I mean, Shivam Dube just on paper, he is an all-rounder, but he bowls dibbly-dobblies. That lollipop bowling is not fit for international cricket. It is not even fit for IPL, let alone international cricket.
He has
And
an international four for Shamik. He has an international four for Shivam Dube.
Shubhan Stuart Binney also has an international 5-4. And if you want me to believe that Shivam Dube is a better hitter or better player against spin than Shreyas Iyer, then good luck with that.
But any more? including Gill, creates more problem. If he open, Abhishek Samson can't play together. He will open. Gill plays one down. Tilak not able to play. It's a mess. Bharat, you want to address that before I give it to Rohit?
Yeah, I think that is a good point. See, what happens is Tilak Verma now might have to play at number 5. And if you look at his T20I record, he's played only, I think, 2 matches at that particular position. So, if anything,
But he
Tilak Verma is even.
played for Mumbai Indians at number 5.
No, I'm saying number 5. If Tilak Verma has to play at
Number
number
5
5.
for Mumbai Indians, he has regularly played. Number 5.
For Mumbai Indians, yes, I'm thinking about for India. For India, he's played
Ah,
only two
I'm
T20Is at
just
number
saying
5.
he has played in
Yes.
that position.
Yes, it's not like he's very experienced at that particular position or someone who has done outstandingly well at that particular position. So, if you look at his T20I record, most of his runs or almost all his best scores have come at number 3 position. So, it's not going to be easy for Tilak Verma. But yes, he's a good player, still a good player, as it's already been told that in franchise cricket he's played at number 5. So maybe he can adjust to that particular position. So it would be interesting to see, but I don't think it is good from Tilak Verma's perspective because in T20Is at least he was having a role at number 3 and was doing well there. And now he might have to play at another position.
Okay, good. Last few minutes. Shopnil, any more? Dube or Rinku? Who will be the finisher? Rohit? Either of them in the first 11, you reckon?
Rinku Singh. For me, it's always be Rinku Singh before Shivam Dube.
Bowling off spin also nowadays.
Picking up wickets in power plays also.
Power plays as well.
Okay, take this. 1.5-year parachute entry, power play strike rate of Jaiswal huge. Clearly Gill. Taking a dig, Shubhan, you want to answer that?
No parachute entry. I think he was as we were discussing for the last week or so. He was your vice captain. He was your opener in the last series he played against Sri Lanka. So there's no rocket science, no parachute entry, no satellite entry. It's just about. We
Common
gave an
sense.
example of we gave an example of Karun Nair, Ajinkya Rahane also in one of our 5 at 5. So I think the same case is happening here as well. So no parachute entry. Power play strike rate of YBJ is huge. I agree, but you have to see the template of both the teams. In Rajasthan Royals, Jaiswal and Vaibhav Suryavanshi or Jaiswal or Sanju Samson go ballistic from word go. They have a very deep batting lineup as well. For the Gujarat Titans, they are heavily dependent on their top 3: Sai Sudarshan, Gill, and Josh Butler. That's it. After that, you have all your Shah Rukh Khans and Tewatias you don't trust a lot upon who can build an innings on. So it's the duty is on Shubman and Sai Sudarshan to play the bulk of the overs, 10-12 overs. Then you have Josh Butler if they get out earlier. You have a Josh Butler as well to steer that inning. So different style of play, different tactics of both the teams, but you can't say Shubman Gill is a very limited player. I gave an example about his spin against spin statistics against spin beyond the power play, and that is good enough. 170 is decent against spinners beyond power play. So he's not your anchor. Don't typecast him. Just keep trust on him. He's a very, very good player.
Somebody has started a hashtag justice for Shomikda and his earphones. Boss, you guys are unreal. Absolutely unreal. Justice for Shomikda and his earphones. I need to close the show. But on a different note, we've discussed 40. Yes, Shomik, quickly. Mike Tatule bolo.
Yeah, just my two pence on Shubman Gill. See, in terms of quality of batsmanship, he is India's best batsman by some distance across formats. I mean, the way, just purely in terms of batsmanship, no one comes close. I'm not talking about innovations and all 360-degree batting or Abhishek Sharma style power rating, but purely in terms of quality of batsmanship. And we are happy that Shubman Gill has returned to the T20I fold because you'll always celebrate quality, and Shubman Gill is quality. Our point is that Shreyas Iyer, the way you have not even included him in the top 20 T20 cricketers in the country, that beggars belief, that defies logic. And what is the reason? It would have been nice, it would have been better if there was a little more transparency. Uh, in the sense that if they had clearly said that we are keeping him for the test cricket based on Dalip Trophy's performance, that would have been fine. But saying that he's not even not saying that, but he is not even in the scheme of things, you'd struggle to join the dots.
Right, no more super chats. I'm not going to take it. Please talk about problem after Gill inclusion. How you form playing 11. Gill will open. Dark Knight. Gill will
Gill,
open.
Abhishek,
Abhishek
Sanju,
Yeah,
Surya,
the Sun
Tilak.
3. I don't see that as a problem. You have India white ball has enough talent. Gill will open. What's the problem? He can even bat 3, but ideally Sanju Samson will now bat 3. Or if you want to play Tilak there, then you get a Jitesh Sharma in the middle order. That is also a possibility. One more super chat, Shopnil, quickly. আরেকটা ছিল না? না এটা হয়ে গেছে done. Okay, finished. Just to end the show, we've done a 45-minute discussion on the men's. We did a close to 35-minute discussion on the women. Much like the men, we have no problems with the women's squad. And unlike the men, the women's squad is actually the perfect squad. No Shafali Verma, very fair call, because Shafali Verma has not evolved as a player. Yastika Bhatia earns her position there. Pratika Rawal earns her position there. Kranti Gaur, Renuka Singh back. I think it's a perfect squad as far as the women are concerned. Trisha Snehashish and I did a long show. If you want to go and watch the women, do that. But Karnataka government has to pay us money because we had made bookings for all our people. Now all those bookings will have to be cancelled. Hotel bookings will have to be cancelled. Flight bookings will have to be cancelled. Bharat is laughing. Somebody has to foot the bill. For advance planning and all of that, now we have to cancel all of those tickets. So my request is, get that damn venue quickly out. Because fans need to make bookings. We have already made bookings for Birmingham, for Leeds, and for Manchester. So 14th of June, 17th of June, and 21st of June next year, our bookings are done. But we don't know where the matches are in India. So let's get that sorted ASAP so that fans can travel, media can travel. On that note, Rohit Juglan, yes, Bharat.
I was just laughing at the Karnataka government, not anything else.
Of course, Karnataka government will have to pay us compensation now. Not that they will. And even if they pay, we can't take. People will then say PR of Karnataka government. That is the last thing I want. Anyway, Rohit Juglan, Shumik Chakraborty, Shubhan Chakraborty, Bharat Ramraj, we've had long lives. Enough today, but great selection. Good work, all of you. Shubhan, your 10th August story of Shubman Gill. Rohit, you have been saying this. Shomik, good work in Mumbai to be able to get there on time at 12 o'clock and report. Audio visual is not your strength, but to be able to do that, that shows enough diligence. Bharat, to come out of the house and join the show despite the rain. That's what our funda is all about. Report with authenticity, to the best of your ability, with integrity and with commitment. Shubhan, Rohit, Shomik, Bharat, thank you very much for joining me, and more tomorrow, because obviously the analysis and the debate will continue. Plenty coming your way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.